Hello, sports fans, and welcome to One-on-One Sports. I'm Greg Brzozowski.
And I'm Alex Sherron. With the NCAA tournament bracket set, we have a special March Madness themed show today. So without further ado, let's get things started with the starting five.
Every Selection Sunday seems to bring some startling picks or seedings that leave fans scratching their head wondering, how did that happen? Alex, what was your most surprising thing to happen to you with the brackets this year?
A couple surprising things in this year's tournament, but I think the most surprising is that two teams made it from the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Not the conference winner, Washington. Colorado made it out from the
automatic bid from the
automatic
tournament.
bid,
Yep.
and Cal made it in the play-in game against, I believe, USF.
Yep.
But Washington, power conference team, first place overall, no bid.
Yeah, and it's very surprising, but can you blame them? The Pac-12 is awful
I mean,
this
they
year.
were, but
it was a joke.
But Cal made it in.
It's very strange that they got the second seed. I don't think they deserved it, but I'm looking at a team that got a very surprising spot, though a hard-earned one this year. Iona Gales out of the MEAC. They didn't even win their conference tournament, but they still made the final field of 68. They got the 14 seed playing against BYU in the play-in game. I think it's great for this program that has come a long way.
Greg, I agree completely. While each of the four regions have talented teams playing against each other, certain ones look to have more of a difficult path to the Final Four than others. Greg, which region do you think is the toughest?
It's absolutely the South region. They have the #1 overall seed, Kentucky, who's played so well this year. You have a very strong seed at your 2 spot, which is Duke, a team that up until they lost to North Carolina the second time was going to be a #1. Then you have a really good 3 in Baylor, the Bears who contended for that Big 12 championship game against Mizzou, and Indiana, a team who's been on the rise throughout this year because of what Tom Crean's done there.
You know, I can't disagree with you that the South is very tough.
Absolutely, because they're the best. That's why.
I'm going to go with the East, though.
Really?
Me personally, I think even without Fab Melo, Syracuse is a very, very tough team.
They are, but
you look
Kentucky.
at Wisconsin as the 4, that's a tough team. Ohio State, Florida State, those teams are playing hot right now, or at least Florida State is.
Florida State's hot, but
I think that the top teams are better. I think the South might be more challenging overall, but right now it's the East.
I don't see that. I'm sorry, but the Syracuse losing Fab Melo now at this point, that's a huge weakness for your #1 seed.
Okay.
You got to give it to the South. Despite 68 teams making it to the tourney, certain programs who felt they were deserving of a chance to go dancing missed the cut. Alex, what do you think was the biggest snub from this year's bracket?
A team that won 19 games in a row. They had one bad game, and it was the conference tournament.
Yep.
Drexel. How did they not make this tournament? Especially after that conference showed last year that it could play so well against these top-tier teams.
Got 3 teams in it with George Mason and Old Dominion joining VCU.
VCU played so well last year. You would think that the team that won that conference, and not only that, just once again, 19 games in a row.
Very, very surprising.
It's not a fluke.
The CAA has done so well in the NCAA tournament. It's very shocking they only got the 1 team, and the RPI numbers were down for all of them, but very surprising. My most surprising, my biggest snub actually, was Washington. We talked about it, but you know, I'm saying that because I don't think outside of Drexel there was that big of a snub, to be honest with you. I think that the field was very deserving. Washington had their chance. They could have just won their first game in the Pac-12 tournament, and they lost to Oregon State. Joke. They didn't deserve it, but that, I guess, who I'd say next after Drexel.
I mean, I agree completely. We already talked about Washington a little bit. Whenever there are snubs at the NCAA tournament, there are teams that took their spots that might have had a less impressive resume. Greg, which team should not be in this tournament?
Now, this is a team that we've talked about off the air, but West Virginia should not be in this tournament, Alex. This is a team that won the least games of any team in the tournament. They're the only team to not win 20 games, 19 on the season. They lost 8 of their last 12. That is a joke. Why are the Mountaineers in this tournament? Why?
The fact that West Virginia is in this tournament is downright disrespectful. They won 19 games altogether.
Yeah.
I just talked about Drexel winning 19 in a row. 19 altogether, 13 losses.
It's embarrassing.
This team does not deserve to be
Didn't
anywhere
even win
close.
a single game in the postseason
I don't think they should
tournament.
be a high seed in the NIT tournament. This team is bad.
This was the most surprising move of the selection committee. They didn't win a game in the Big East tournament. They got smacked by UConn. It was very weird. Don't know why Bob Huggins and his team is there. No matter who made or missed the field or who got ranked where, March Madness is a 3-week-long national sports holiday that all fans can enjoy. Alex, of all the amazing things that we're about to see, what are you looking forward to most of a new March Madness season?
Personally, I'm ecstatic about this tournament. I can't wait.
Oh, yeah. I mean, who doesn't for every year?
I think that the thing that's going to set this tournament apart from last year is the good teams are actually going to win. We saw last year a bunch of lower seeds, and it was all one shining moment, an 8 seed Butler,
an 11 seed.
I enjoy that from time to time, but I can't wait to see the top seeds battle it out.
The top seeds are better. They're still those Cinderella zone. That's what
Right.
I'm most excited for. I'm excited to see the next team write their names into the history of college basketball to add to the mystique that is this NCAA tournament with the next VCU, the next George Mason, even the next shocking team coming out of nowhere to come up with a big win, the next Hampton to beat Iowa State, whatever it is. I cannot wait
And
for
with
it
all
to
this
happen.
debate, all of this debate that goes on before the tournament, I don't think any sports fan after the tournament's over with, they might have one game that they don't like, but everyone loves March
Everyone
Madness.
loves it. And who doesn't?
It's time for us to take our first break, but when one-on-one returns, Greg will be joined by our first set of college basketball analysts to break down the South bracket. Stay tuned.